is to really show that we can't afford to take these cuts. We are a busy organization. In this time when this community needs us more and more, we have to think about building and growing and serving this busy medical center. And so we're happy that you all turned out today. We're happy to have our guests here today, and I'd like to introduce them to you. First of all, we have Kevin Dahill. Kevin is the president and CEO of the Nassau-Suffolk Hospital Council, part of our State Hospital Association, and he's going to be speaking with you. And we also have with us Sharon Norton-Rimmer, our chairwoman of the board of directors. So I'd like to now ask Kevin to step to the microphone and share a few of his thoughts with you.
Thank you. Thank you and good morning. I wish I could say I come bearing good news. The good news is that you're out here and you're interested in your hospital and the future of your hospital. The challenge that we have is that within the next 3 to 4 days, New York State will pass a budget. And that budget could have serious implications for Brookhaven Memorial Hospital. And that's what we want you to know about, and we want you to speak out about. Now, let me tell you what's going on so you have some context for this whole situation we find ourselves in. There's no secret about the fact that our state is in a serious financial situation. The national recession hits New York very hard because when Wall Street collapses like it did, New York is affected in a very serious way. Having said that, over the course of the last 12 months, hospitals in New York State have already seen their reimbursements cut twice by almost $1 million across the state. So the hospitals have been giving to try to help with the deficit that New York State is seeing. Now the governor has proposed a series of cuts and taxes, would you believe, on not-for-profit hospitals that have serious implications, $1.5 billion worth of cuts and taxes to our hospitals across the state that would render many of our hospitals in a very weak position, resulting in programs closing, obviously, and jobs lost. And we can't allow that to happen. Now, the fact of the matter is that this state has a problem. We recognize the problem. The problem is a revenue problem. They have lost tax revenue by way of the economic downturn. The hospitals in this state, Brookhaven Memorial Hospital for sure, did not create this problem and certainly wants to contribute to the solution, but can't take this kind of penalty on. What I want to draw your attention to is that beyond just cuts to reimbursement, Brookhaven Memorial Hospital will be taxed, would you believe it? A tax on a hospital that's a not-for-profit hospital that's taking care of Medicaid patients and all sorts of other things. To be taxed on their gross revenue is just an appalling move by a state and by this government. The fact of the matter is that over the course of the last 2 months, we've worked very hard in Washington on your behalf. And the result of that was a stimulus bill that was passed by the Congress and signed by the President that has funneled Medicaid dollars into New York State from Washington for the next 2 years. And would you believe it if I told you not one nickel of that Medicaid money that has come to New York State has been used for health care? It's been used to reverse taxes that the governor was going to put in place on diet soda and gym memberships and all sorts of other things. But not one nickel, not one, has been put to offset any of these cuts and taxes. So we've got 4 days to go. And our elected officials, particularly in this district, Senator Brian Foley, our newly elected senator from this district, is up in Albany. We spoke with him this morning. We spoke with many of his colleagues. They're in meetings. They're trying to fight the fight on your behalf, but they need to hear from you. I like to say to people, hospitals don't vote, but the people in the hospitals do vote. And you've got to send a message to Senator Foley and to all of our state elected officials, Assembly and Senate, and to the governor, that says, if you do this to our hospital, there will be serious implications for you. Because we're going to let our community know what you've done to us. 4 days to go. The good news is we got a lot of politics to play in 4 days. If you support our efforts and you speak out and you let them know that you now are very well aware and informed about this issue, and you will not tolerate your hospital being taxed, and you know that they've got money that could prevent these taxes from happening, and you want them to use it, you're the boss. You are the voters. You're the ones that can let them know that. I can only do so much. Mr. Wilkers, your board can only do so much to speak out. Now they need to hear from you during these next 4 days. They're there all weekend. Call them, email, fax, however you can get to your elected officials. And I know the hospital staff and certainly my staff will help in any way we can. This fight's not over. 4 days to go. We can pull it off with your help. We stand ready to do that. We will do anything we can to not have Brookhaven Memorial Hospital have to get these tax cuts in place. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Kevin. I know how hard Kevin and his staff have been working. We've been in constant communication over these last few days across the state. But it's not just us that are working. It's not just you. It's trustees across the state. And last night, our board spent a considerable amount of time at its board meeting talking about the rally today, talking about what we can do. And one of the most outspoken trustees is with us today, our chairwoman of the board, Sharon Norton-Remmer, and I'd like to invite her to the
Part of your message to the governor and the legislator, perhaps you want to tell them about what we're doing here at Brookhaven. Because we do not intend to shrink. We do not intend to discontinue services. We need to grow to meet the increasing needs of our community, our neighbors. All of you, your friends, your family, everyone that uses this facility, both on these grounds and around the other operations that we have around the community to serve our neighbors. Brookhaven's growing. We had over 70,000 people through our emergency department last year. We've increased the size of our staff. We've added over 70 medical surge beds, or will have by Sunday in the last 15 months. We've added new programs and services. We see our wound care program growing. We have a new cardiac cath lab. We have many new programs planned to continue to provide additional services to you, your neighbors, your friends. You should not have to leave your community for health care. You deserve to have it here, especially at a time when many of us are concerned about our jobs, about our families. We need to take care of our neighbors here at Brookhaven, not as a not-for-profit hospital. We take care of every single person that comes through our doors and have to be able to continue to do that. We're an economic engine. While other businesses today are wondering how they're going to make payroll, if they're going to have furlough, if they're going to be opening their doors, we're growing. We must continue to. We plan to build new buildings to provide new services. So for the short term, there'll be construction impacts. For the long term, we'll continue to increase the size of this facility that you're at today. It provides jobs, it provides services that are critical to each and every one of us. Thank you. Please get the message out. Do everything you can. Appreciate your help today and in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you to the board as well. Just a couple of updates. One on the phone bank.